This is honestly fucking terrifying. Like, I can't even... Hi, I hope you're all well. If you're new around here, hello, it's lovely to meet you, and if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alanna, I'm a 38-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that is where my accent is from. And on this channel, I am a mother who loves a little bit of beauty, skincare, fashion-y, all that other kind of stuff, but also while balancing the chaos that is motherhood and having 2 children, 3 and under. So, in today's video, I have bought a lot of stuff recently. I say I bought a lot of stuff. Got stuff for free. Saved a lot of points, had vouchers to spend, all that kind of stuff. Now I am going to try first impressions of a lot of the makeup products. If that sounds like your cup of tea and you want to see how I've created this look on my face today and what I've thought about some of these rather expensive products, then just keep watching. Also, if you know me by now, I do like a sweary word on this channel. If that's not your cup of tea, I absolutely understand that. Please feel free to vacate. But if it does sound like your cup of tea, there's a wee subscription button in the corner down here, and give it a wee thumbs up and all that other YouTuber crap. Thanks. I know I'm looking so glamorous, and I've now got a cold as well. I'm feeling a bit drab. I'm feeling a bit bleh because I've got this horrible cold. I figured today I would do a little bit of first impressions with some of the things that I've picked up with my vouchers. Also, yes, I feel like I look like, I was going to say Nora Batty, but I feel like she's from Last of the Summer Wine. Who was the one for Coronation Street? Again, if you're fair across the pond or watching this elsewhere in the world, this will be fucking totally lost to you. But there was a character who always had her hair in rollers. I actually said to Alan the other night, because I'm doing this at night now so that my hair's ready for the day, I feel like I've aged dramatically this time after having Thomas. I'll try and make it a bit more glamorous, like Betty Draper. Like, she used to put her rollers in at night so she was ready to be gorgeous in the morning. I'm putting in rollers at night now, essentially, so that I have something to do in my hair. But this will be coming out. We're purely going to be talking about makeup today, so if you're looking at this thinking, what the fuck is going on there? Yes, I know. We're going to start off with this from Supergoop. I'm so raspy. I feel like I'm Chandler's mum at the moment. And it is the Glow Screen. It's the SPF of 30. Now, I did pick this up in a mini size purely because, you know, if I didn't like it, then I didn't want to waste my points on it. I did pick up these ones with points from Boots. Now, if I just show you as well, I'm going to just take the wee doodah off here. I'm just going to squirt a wee tiny bit on my hand. This is meant to be like the kind of fancier version of the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one is obviously the dupe, and I've spoke about the e.l.f. one before here on this channel. I'm going to get the e.l.f. one, actually, just so I can show you them side by side, just so I can kind of compare. Now, this is the Supergoop one, this is the e.l.f. one. Will I do a side by side on my face? Shall we do that? Let's just fucking do that, why not? Although I do have another complexion product to try in a minute, so maybe shouldn't put this on underneath it, but fuck it, let's just do it. First impressions and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is the e.l.f. one. I've spoke about this one before, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this one on. I do not have a lot of this one left in this tube. I used it loads and loads last summer. I can't remember what the use by on it is, but when it comes to SPF products, I do kind of stick to the shelf life on them because I don't like running the risk that they're not working anymore, to be honest with you. So that is the e.l.f. one on that side. It's just a light glow. I really liked this. I remember speaking to my friend Audrey about this, who I feel like I have not spoken to Audrey in so long. It's just so hard to find time to like message people and actually have a engaging conversation with them at the moment. But I remember speaking to Audrey about this, and she told me that she did not enjoy this. It was a little bit too heavy for her skin. She found it a little bit greasy. I loved it last year. So this one here is the Supergoop one, and I'm just going to go ahead and pop this on the other side. What I will say is, just as I'm spreading this on my face, I'm kind of having a little idea of what the texture is like. This is a lot thinner. A lot thinner. I don't think that's a bad thing. This feels like a nicer texture going on. This feels a little bit more like Glossier Future Dew. Not quite as runny as that, but just a little bit thinner. The e.l.f. one, like on the face, they feel pretty much the same. But when I was putting them on there, this one definitely has a nicer, like smoother application. It's a more enjoyable experience. That's what I'm trying to say. When I look at them on my skin, I would say there is a little bit more sheen on this side. However, please do take into account the fact that this is probably nearly a year old and it is a 12-month lifespan. I just checked there. And this one here from Supergoop is brand spanking new. It's only got a 6-month lifespan, interestingly enough. Strange. And again, annoying, because this has got an SPF of 30. I suppose if you weren't worried about that and you were wearing a different SPF and you weren't using this solely as your SPF, it wouldn't matter. I do like that. I think that's really dewy on the skin. Definitely something I would wear during the summer months or even the winter months to give myself a bit of glow. So far, so good. As I said, I also picked up a couple of complexion products. One of them is this, and it's from Sculpted by Amy, who is an Irish makeup artist, I'm sure, creator, influencer, whatever you want to call it. I am not aware of Sculpted by Amy or Amy as such, as a creator herself. Oh, this throat. However, I am aware of the brand through seeing other people speak about the brand. And I've always heard very good things about it. And it's actually through word of mouth from friends who don't do like creating content or anything like that. Just friends that have like mum friends and stuff like that. Hi Tara, if you see this. She told me, Tara is from Ireland, and she told me that this is a great brand. She really likes them. And this stuff in particular, the Hydra Tint Moisturising Tinted Serum is lovely. I also recently seen Anna Newton talking about this. Now what this, I was going to say reminded me of, was potentially the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. But when I seen Anna use it, it's much more like Chanel Le Beige Water Tint, because it looks like it's a skin tint. Is it that what it's called? It's called a Hydra Tint. It looks like a tint. It doesn't look like it's giving coverage. It's just giving you a bit of colour to your skin. And if you read the packaging on the Danessa Myricks, it says Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint Hydrate Smooth Correct. So I feel it gave me that vibe when I seen it and people were telling me about it. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm just going to squeeze these two out on the back of my hand. I'm not going to put the Yummy Skin on today. I'm just going to use this one. But just for kind of texture, I want to see if it's similar. I got the shade 2.5. I wasn't sure about the shades, but I thought, well, fuck it, let's just go with it. Purely based on how they've both came out on my hand there, the Sculpted by Amy one is more liquid. It's more liquid like a tint. The Danessa one is creamier, definitely. But both, like, just sheer wash of colour. Now, a lot of the time I do use brushes and tools and all that kind of stuff, but it says you apply it with your hands. A lightweight tinted serum with a host of good for you ingredients to boost hydration. Right, I'm just going on with this. I'm going to stick a little bit under the neck as well. I'm not too worried about it because, you know, nobody's caring today. Okay, so I'm just going to start putting this on. I think I seen Anna Newton using a brush actually when she done this, but I quite like to use my fingers, especially like the first time I'm using a product. I quite like to figure out what it's doing for my skin. I think shade wise, actually, that's probably a really good match for me. That's okay. When I look at, oh, look at this thyroid, it's still really swollen. I have more blood tests this month. So I think that's actually a really, really good shade match for me. I think that's fine, and I could probably deepen it up if I want, but it's not too yellow, it's not too pink either. I'm sure I chose a neutral colour, and actually I think that's really nice. I think that's really good on the skin. Let me zoom you in. Here it is here. Now, I don't see any kind of clumping round about the nose or anything like that. It seems to have went on really well, especially considering I just used my hands to do it. There is a sheen. I don't know if the sheen is obviously the stuff I put underneath or just the product. So keep that in mind. I feel like there's more of a sheen on this side, so maybe it is just the stuff underneath. But overall, I think that's really, really nice. I think that's a lovely product on the skin. And if it's supposed to be good for like hydrating the skin, people who've got dry skin, then it's a winner in my book. Okay, so far, so good. I'm going to go in now with the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer. This is just called Baked, isn't it? The shade is Baked and it's the bronzer and stick. I don't fucking remember. Matte Bronzer in Baked. This is the same one that I said that I had used up. I have just bought a brand new one because, let's face it, it's the fucking tits. It's so good. So I'm going to go in with that. I feel like today, because it's nice and sunny, I want to get bronzed. I want to feel that, I mean, it's spring. And, you know, in Scotland, it could be fucking snowing next week for all I know. But today, while the weather's nice, let's just kid on like as if we're doing something nice and fucking sunny. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this product. I feel like that's a sham if anybody's first time here and you'll be thinking, why are you not fucking telling me about this product? This is not a first impression, and I really, really fucking like it. So this is a repurchase, this is not a first impression, and I think it's fucking lovely. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I would highly recommend it. The only thing I would say is, me and my friend were talking about this as well. I've mentioned this before as well. You used to get that, so this one used to be the mini, yeah? Now this is the full size, and I think it's £22 for this one. You used to get a big huge one, which, pros and cons, you wouldn't have been able to use it up in time potentially before it went bad. So I get why they've made it smaller. I think it was kind of a complaint of many a influencer back in the day that it was so big that you never got a chance to properly use it up. However, I feel like that one is maybe just not too small, but maybe just should be a little cheaper. I don't know. But it really is a firm favourite. We were talking about colours as well, me and my friend. She's probably a bit fairer than me, like definitely fairer in colour, like she's got blonde hair and blue eyes. But skin tone wise, we're probably not that dissimilar. We're both like Scottish, Celtic kind of skin about us. But she was saying like the baked one is maybe just slightly too orangey for her. I think because of my colouring, having like darker eyes and hair, I can just get away with this one. It's fine, especially in the more kind of coming into spring and summer months. But truly, you're not going to hear me say a bad word about that product because I love it. Now with a voucher that I had, because I feel like I've done base now and I've not really said anything about this. With a voucher that I had, I did pick up this from Vive, and it is the Super Skin Nova. It's the one that comes in a little jar. You obviously get the one in the tube as well. I never really liked the original Skin Nova. I just felt it didn't do anything at all. However, this one here from Vive, it's got to be, like, I have made a hefty dent in it. I've been using it. I feel like as if it is a nice product. I obviously can't show you it here today, but it doesn't give glow the way the Supergoop or the e.l.f. one does, or even Glossier Future do. It doesn't do that. So for me, I think that's a nice product, but I have to say it's not giving that kind of dewy, glowy skin the way that I like it. I just thought I would let you know that because I've obviously not shown you it in the video today. I have been using it. I've actually been using it more than any of the other stuff because obviously I've just tried that today. And I do like it, but I'm on the fence about it if I would purchase it again. That's what I'm going to say. Like that Supergoop one, I would absolutely happily like buy that in a full size. But I do like the e.l.f. one and I think it does very similar. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. But the Supergoop one is definitely like up my street. That's what I'm into. The Vive one is nice, but I just felt like I thought it was going to give, especially when it's like the super like moisturising, not moisturising, it doesn't claim to be moisturising, does it? What am I saying here? Well, it says it's a skincare makeup hybrid. Yeah, to hydrate and prep the skin. Hyaluronic acid, peptides and ceramides. So I think I just thought, because it's a moisture rich primer, that's what it says, it would be super dewy. It's not super dewy. It's not. It doesn't give you glowing dewy skin. However, it does feel nice on the skin. So, and it's got a nice scent to it as well, but if you've got kind of skin that you don't like fragrance, well, just remember that. I'm just going to do my brows quickly, and I'm just using the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I have not used this for ages, but I picked up a new one with some of my points and boots because, you know that way when you're thinking, like, I want to try something new in my brows, but I just wanted an old favourite that I knew I would like as well. So I just went with this, and I like this one because it's got the wee fibres in it. It makes me get the wee bushy brows that I really like, rather than crispy brows. I like to have a fluffy brow, and this definitely does that. I think this is a really, really good, not necessarily a dupe for Glossy Wow Brow, but very, very close to what that's doing as well. I should just say as well, I've got the shade Deep Brown, is it? Yeah, Deep Brown. I picked up Deep Brown. I remember the last time I bought this, I bought Brunette, but Brunette was just ever so slightly too warm for me. It probably would be more suited if you had more auburn hair, I would say, or maybe a slightly lighter brown than me. I think because I do put red through my hair, I can get away with it, but I think on my face, because my brows are so dark anyway, the deep brown works a little better. And there we go, e.l.f. Wow Brow. I think it's fantastic. I think it does a great job. Cheap as chips. Still love it. Now, just before I do go ahead with any other new products that are kind of first impressions, I'm going to stick something on the eyes very quickly because I do want, like I said, I want to go for that kind of summery, nice bronzed, like, I don't know, just fucking sheeny look. And there we go, just a wee sheeny shimmer or something on the lids. I didn't want to put any eyeliner on anything today because I'm going to show you 2 new mascaras. I just realised I've zoomed myself in here and I have to show you the box on this. This was sent to me, actually, fuck this, let's zoom back out for a second. This was sent to me from Lancome. If you know, I really like the Lancome Lash Idol mascara. I think it's lovely. Look at this lovely wee bit of PR here. Oh, pull it out. And then it comes out again. It's like 2 fucking 5.5 millimeters visible length, and it is called the Flutter Extension Mascara, but it is the Lancome Lash Idol. I'm not doing a good job of showing this off, am I? Flutter Extension Mascara. I will let you know right now, this is not going to be a first impressions. I have tried this one already. Let's show you this on this side, and on the other side I have something new as well to show you. And what I'm going to show you as well is, see with the brush of this, it's like this tiny little rubberized wand. It's a very skinny brush. Because I've tried it before, what I would say is it's one of these ones you have to be careful with. See, if you bring it really too close into your eyelid, it's a bit pointy and a bit sore, and then you end up like blinking down on it and it's agony and you end up with mascara all over your eyelids. That's probably just because I'm really shit at putting on mascara. But I have noticed that with other brushes, that if it's a really rubberized wand, sometimes these little skinny ones, when you're trying to get them right in at the base of the lash, get a little bit jaggy in the eyes. I do think this does a great job of lengthening the lashes. Maybe not so much with regards to volumizing, but it doesn't claim to do that. Obviously, because it is a Flutter Extension mascara, it is all about the length. And that is it there. What I would say is I like this. I do not love this. I like see the Lash Idol. Love that. I just don't know what it is about this one. I just don't feel the same. I mean, it does give you the length. I'm trying to like just make sure my lashes aren't sticking together there. It does give you the, I just feel like it's not even as fluttery and soft as, I don't know. I feel like, what, did we need this? I suppose that's my question. Did we need this? Maybe not. So personally, I would say just go and buy the original. I don't know what the need for this one was. I just like the original one. Now, the mascara I'm going to try on this side is this new one from Giorgio Armani. It is called Vertigo Lift, and they did send me it in the obsidian black, so like fucking black as black you can get. I seen this in Boots the other day when I was in looking at Giorgio Armani stuff, because I ended up buying one of their blushers, and I seen this and I thought, interesting, that's the one they've sent me. I just haven't tried it yet. So I'm just gonna on this side do a little squeezy because I always would. Also a rubberized wand, a little bit bigger than the Lancome one. Looks very flexible. I just noticed there when I took it out. It's really, really flexible. It is a really flexible wand. Like, I can feel when I'm pushing it into the base of my lashes, it's really wobbling about there. Not in a bad way. It's actually quite nice that it's got the flexibility to do that. What did this one claim? Did I even look and see? Extreme buildable length and clean volume mascara. Sounds like my cup of tea. I hate when things get spider eyes, so for clean volume, they're talking my language. What I am enjoying about this one as I'm putting it on is there's no hint of any clumpiness. Like it doesn't matter how many times I'm swiping through, it doesn't seem to be going clumpy. Ugh, that is pretty, right? That is actually a very, very pretty mascara. Again, looking at this side, you'll probably be like, I don't see too much difference between both sides. But I just feel like this side's went all a bit weird and a bit clumpy, despite being like, oh, it's lengthening and things. This side just looks a bit, it just looks more pretty, more effortless. I mean, you wouldn't notice too much when I'm standing there, but I notice it. I fucking notice it. Can't obviously speak for the fact that wear time, stuff like that. I will come back to you about that. Now, I do have another item from Giorgio Armani which I purchased with my own money / points. I did buy this. And the reason being, I had been into Boots and things like that before and seen the Giorgio Armani cream blushes. I always wanted to buy one of the cream blushes. I thought they were gorgeous. Realistically though, I need cream blush like I need a hole in the head. I do not own lots of powder blushes, and the ones I do own are quite bright colours or shimmery things. And I wanted quite a neutral blush in a powder blush. So this is the Giorgio Armani, what do we call it? Luminous Silk Glow Blush. And I got shade 10, which I would say, like, on the camera here, it's going to look quite pinky, but it's actually akin to what's going on with my eyes. It's a bit of a peachy pink, but subtly so. But it's just a really nice, kind of subtle glow on the skin, and that's kind of what I was looking for. I don't want something that's packing a whole lot of punch, for the simple reason I wanted it to be a powder blush that I could wear on the daily and actually get use out of. So I'm going to just apply here. See, no pigment. It's got pigment. But I also feel a really nice neutral, like, oh, just a little pop of peachy pink on the top of the teeth. Also, I should say, as I'm applying this, it's almost mattifying the glow that I've got from underneath with the glow screen and Hydra Silk or whatever it was, the Hydra, what was that called? Hydra Tint stuff. But it does actually have a little sheen to it as well. I don't know if you're going to see that. It's not completely flat matte, which is really, really nice. See, I feel like in the pan, you're not necessarily going to think that would come out that shade, maybe you would. But I feel like when you see it in the pan, it doesn't look like it's going to pack that much of a punch, but actually, whew, on the cheeks, oh, that is really very pretty. No, there's a definite glow to this blush. It's not complete, it's not a sheen, it's not a shimmer, there's no like big chunky particles. There's just a wee, do you know what it's like? It's like the Hourglass Radiant Lights, what was that fucking called again? The dim lighting powders, the little, do you know the ones I'm on about? It's got the same kind of feature as that. It's that fucking candlelit lit from within glow, rather than a sheeny glow or a sparkle. Fucking love it. Very nice. And that was not cheap. That was an expensive blush. But as I say, bought it with points, so practically fucking free. Now, I was really tempted to try this over the top. This is the one, this is L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace Highlighter Stick. I have been using this one. I quite fucking like it. This is the one that I thought was a really good dupe for the Merit Day Glow Balm. I stupidly picked it up in the wrong colour, and it looks super pink in the bullet. Would you call this a bullet? But it does not go on like that. I'm just going to show you it on the back of my hand. That is it on the back of my hand. Like, you can barely see it on the back of my hand there. See, there we go. Nice sheen. It's just a sheen. It's pretty much see-through. It's that glassy, dewy skin effect. So what I've been doing is the way that I would do it with the Merit ones, kind of tapping and then placing it across the cheeks here. However, I feel a little bit like, do I want to do that now that I've put this stuff on? Because I think it's really nice the way this is sitting. What I might use this for is just kind of top of the Cupid's bow here. And maybe I'll just add a wee smidge to the brow bone as well here. But a really, really good drugstore dupe for that. And again, picked this up with my points. So practically fucking free. Now, I was going to say finishing up. Is this me completely and utterly used everything? Oh, I've got fucking eyelashes to show you as well. I feel like this is fucking... I've got lip products and eyelashes to show you as well. So let's just fucking whiz through this. This is the Sachu Peel Off Lip Liner. This was not something that was in my basket. This was purely, I seen it in the shop and thought, I need to fucking try that. I need to try that. So, I'm gonna give this a go. This could go horribly wrong. So this is like, I've seen people use the peel off kind of lip stains. I've seen that. This is this in a lip liner. So what does it say I have to do? Using precision tip applicator, trace along lip line. Leave up for 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, I should have fucking done this beforehand, shouldn't I? After formula has set, use fingers to slowly peel the film tint off. So also, I think you're running the risk as if you do this wrong, then you're fucked it, basically, because it's going to stay on your lips. So this is the shade I bought. It's actually a really nice kind of rosy nude, I would say. This is not what I expected. It came out with like a proper doe foot applicator. Okay, so I have lined my lips. It now feels like as if I cannot move my lips because this is drying and I can't do it. If I smile in it, and it's going to crack. So I have to like just try and keep my lips really still, which is hard. And I don't know how forgiving it's going to be if I've just not lined them correctly, but fucking hell. Let's leave that on there to fucking settle. These here, this is what I was going to tell you about. I don't have to disclose this because I bought these with my own money points, but I was sent 2 sets from Ardell of these pre-glued lashes. And I enjoyed them so much, that's why I've picked up more of them with my own cashies and money. So I don't really need to tell you that, but I'm just saying, that's how I became aware of them. It wasn't like I just picked them off the shelf. And this is the Naked Natural. This is like a bigger pack with a little applicator and stuff like that. But you can buy them in this size as well. I only got the smaller size and the slightly longer length, because realistically, I'm not going to be wearing the longer length that often. I barely wear lashes now, but what I would say is, the 2 evenings where I've had something to do since having Thomas, like a 40th birthday and just a wee drinks with friends, I put these on, and my God, I put them on in the car while doing car makeup. They are so quick and so easy to use. So if you are somebody who needs things done really fast, or you've always footered about with lashes going on and all that kind of stuff, because who cares the fucking time now? Let's face it. These are the ones. So I'm going to put these on and show you how easy they are to go on. That is the tiny little lash there, and you just pop it, I know I'm teaching you granny to suck eggs, underneath your lashes, place it there, and boom, finished. You can go back in with these little applicators as well and like squeeze your lashes together so that it stays put. I'm not entirely sure what this pink bit is for. I wonder if it's just like so you can go in and push up a wee bit, maybe. But obviously you can see there, like look at this bit in here in comparison to this side. Just a little bit of something. Honestly, what I've been using these for is more when I've not had mascara on, because I feel like they make a bigger difference when you've not got mascara on. It also says that these can be used up to 4 times, so like you can take them off and save them and put them back on again. So I'm just going to put this one right under here. Editing in this, and you've actually took ages to do it, but actually I'm not going to stop this. I'm just going to show you how easy it is while I'm doing it. Look, it's just because I'm having to look in a mirror at the same time there. And look at that. Look at that! Oh, there's a little flirty flush or something. There! A fucking... so good. I love it. I think it's so pretty. We're going to take this off now. We're going to go for it. Oh, here you go. Oh! Can you see that? Right, I'm just going to take the top bit off now. Oh, hello. That's pretty good. That's pretty jazzy. So if that lasted you all day pretty much, I suppose you could do the whole lot all over your lips, couldn't you? Just the way you see people doing it on TikTok. That ain't so bad. Right, so to finish off this look, I'm going to show you this from YSL. Again, bougie as fuck. But again, this one was practically free, like I've got it with points. So this is the YSL Love Shine Candy Glow. Initially, I thought the girl would give me the wrong colour, because I looked at this and I thought, that's pink, that's fucking pink. And that was not the shade I wanted. But actually, this is a really nice balm that's like a deep nude. It's kind of a little bit like the Lavenue from Merit that I have. I would say it's a bit more sheer than Lavenue. Lavenue's maybe a bit more plum. But for on the daily, I thought, oh, that'll be a lovely lip balm for spring and summer. And it goes really well with that weird lip liner thing. Ooh, I like that. It's also got a kind of weird, is it watermelon? Like a fruity scent to it. And actually, it's quite a nice, it's a bit like a soft goes with this look, like a soft pink peach, even though it looks so dark in the tube. The colour when it's on the lips, especially with that tinted lip liner thing. Yep, fucking into it. So here's the finished look. I feel like the lashes is a wee bit much. Like this is not particularly lashes that I'd be wearing every day, but I just fucking wanted to show you them because I was quite into them and I did buy them in that haul. I'm going to go and take my hair down now, and then I will come back to show you the finished look with my hair down because I just think, you know, that would be a bit nicer. But it'll also give me a little bit of wear time for the products as well to settle into my skin, because I'm going to do a wee video on my hair and then come back and I will let you see. What time are we at just now? It is currently 3 o'clock. So if I come back to you in an hour's time, and you'll just see how everything is settled into the skin and how it's going. Okay, I've came back to you a little bit later than planned because it is now actually 5:26. So, and just in case anybody's wondering, where the fuck are your children and your partner, your husband, whatever. We're not married, but what do you call him? Partner. He took them out this afternoon. So he'll be back any minute with them. I've no doubt about that. First of all, can we just have a wee chat about fucking heatless curls? Look at how glorious heatless curls are. And I actually have a new wee favourite tool that I've been using for my fringe. And if the video isn't already up, then, you know, I'll link it here. If not, fucking subscribe and make sure that you see it, because it is the business. Anyway, let's do a wee check-in with the makeup. Zoom you in. So, what I would say is, I think you can see here, there is fall down just under here from this mascara. That's another thing I wasn't so keen on about this mascara, but there's definitely fall down here. This side, it looks absolutely fine. So yeah, this mascara, just sack it, just sack it. Can I zoom you right in so you can see round about the nose and stuff? I feel like there's a little bit of, what is that? Is that a wrinkle? Probably not. There we go. I feel like there's not like any horrible build-up of foundation or like the serumy things that I used. Maybe a little bit of oil, like you can obviously see around here. Also, I have been blowing my nose because, as you can probably hear, things are getting worse. But on the whole, I think the actual blush, the kind of base, all that kind of stuff has really stood the test. This sheen you get for this blush, that is just glorious. It's so nice. I have also went and eaten, so I would say that the balm has probably worn off, but your little lip liner there, that is definitely still there, and I'm impressed with it. I think it's pretty cool. I'm really glad I bought the shade that I bought. I think if I'd got another one, I'd have been like, "Rrr." But actually this really suits most lipsticks that I will wear. The eyelashes are obviously still hanging on in there as well, and they look pretty good. But just for like a skin base type situation, I actually think all of the makeup that I've shown you today is hanging on in there really well, apart from that mascara. Look, it's pretty much gave me an eye bag, that mascara. The fuck? Not that I don't have eye bags, because I definitely do, but I think you can see it there, like right in there, it's so dark. But yeah, first impressions on a lot of those products, I like them. I think they're really, really good. I know like the blusher is very expensive, the lip balm's very expensive, things like that. But those were treats. Like, I've picked them up with my points. I wouldn't say run out and get them just on the off chance that you like them, but to treat yourself. And you're going to spend your points, you want to spend it on something that you really like. And can't put my finger on what that flavour / scent is. Doesn't help because my nose is blocked. Anyway, this is where I'm going to end this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. My kind of first impressions of some very, very expensive and new things that I have tried. And I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.